The Citrus County community is grieving today after a senior at Citrus High School died in a car crash. He was the only one in the car, which crashed along East Gospel Island Road in Inverness. News Channel 8's Alessandra Young is at the school with the story.
This is the second Citrus High School student to die in 2 weeks. Now, I spoke to the man that lives where Wednesday's crash happened, and he says that he and his wife are still just numb after what they saw.
When we heard it, it shook the house.
Mark Beck and his wife heard a loud bang from outside of their home Wednesday morning. He says they ran to the window to see what happened and saw in their yard a car split in 2 pieces.
I was stunned because literally the car I looked out that window and the car was here and he was in full view. So it was the worst, you know. Nobody ever would expect that.
Florida Highway Patrol says behind the wheel was an 18-year-old student from Citrus High School, and that the driver lost control of the car and hit a tree.
My wife is a nurse. She immediately came out and checked for any signs of life. He wasn't breathing, had no pulse. I called 911 and came out and got a sheet, covered the car up.
Wednesday's crash is the second fatal wreck the school district has experienced this year. Earlier in August, a 16-year-old was killed when 4 teens were involved in a fiery crash in Sumter County.
It is a tragedy. It's just terrible. No words.
The school district sent me a statement saying in part, quote, "We are committed to surrounding both students and staff with the care and support they need during this difficult time," end quote. Beck says his entire neighborhood ran to help and that everyone is just trying to process this trauma.
I mean, he had a seatbelt on, he had the airbags deployed, everything did what it was supposed to do, but that was just too violent, a crash.
The district says because of these tragedies, the students are expressing interest in raising awareness about safe driving and wearing your seatbelts. In Citrus County, I'm Alessandra Young, 8 on your side.
This morning, investigators are trying to determine what caused this massive fire here, sending this black smoke you see here from the air, or up in the air, from a scrapyard in Tampa.
That's right. We're going to check in now with 8 on your side's Jenna Bash. She's been at the scene all morning where they are still watching for hot spots. Good morning, Jenna.
Good morning. That's right. Actually, they remained here overnight at the Liberty Scrapyard here behind me. This morning, they sent in more crews to check for those hot spots because they want to make certain that this massive fire does not reignite. The 3-alarm fire began around 9:30 a.m. yesterday and quickly filled the air with thick black smoke. Crews used heavy machinery to move piles of debris to get to the fire's core.
It's scrap metal. It's all kinds of just metal, and it could be tires, it could be rubber, it could be cloth, all kinds of things in here. And there's the actual stack of this stuff is very high, 50, 75 feet. And so that means the fire is very deep-seated.
There have been a string of scrapyard fires in this area over the last month. It took firefighters 10 hours to put this one out.
We've run a few scrap metal / salvage yard fires and up and down the 41 corridor here within the last few months. A couple that were 2 alarms and 3 alarms, and this is a 3-alarm. I don't know what's going on with the scrapyards lately.
Chief Herron tells us 2 Hillsborough County Fire Rescue firefighters were taken to the hospital for possible dehydration. Today, they remain in stable condition.
Working all day in a winter coat that doesn't really breathe too well, and occasionally you get to go sit and drink some water, but you're not in air conditioning ever for the last, now coming up on 8 hours or north of 8 hours. So you're going to be chasing that hydration level pretty much all day.
Now, right now, we do know there was no structural damage done by this fire, but we're still working to find out the cause behind the fire itself. Once we do, we'll give you those updates either online, our app, WFLA.com, or on air. For now, reporting live in Tampa, Jenna Bass, 8 on your side.
All right, a Bay Area family is desperate for help to fix their roof, which was damaged during last year's hurricane season.
Investigative reporter Brittany Muller in studio with that story.
Keith, Jen, good evening. Maurice Woodard is a full-time caretaker for his 73-year-old mom. When they returned to their St. Pete home following the storms last year, they found the gutters blown off, a damaged roof, and some flooding.
Hurricanes Helene and Milton took a toll on the Bay Area.
Been leaking and everything.
Many homeowners still need help 11 months later.
My heart goes out to everyone, you know, because I know what I'm going through. And it's just like, it's trying to carry on everyday life, and then knowing you have these problems and issues is very tough.
Right after the storms, Maurice Woodard says FEMA representatives went door to door in his 73-year-old mom's St. Petersburg neighborhood. With no insurance, he applied for assistance.
The shed was there. It got destroyed. I lost the shed. I lost all my tools in the back. We had damage on the house, on the roof.
They were awarded about $3,400. Woodard says that didn't even put a dent in covering the supplies, so he called a roofing company.
Just trying to repair it piece by piece. He said, go on, it'll be best to you have a new roof.
Woodard says a new roof would cost $10,000, so he filed an appeal with FEMA, but was denied. 8 on Your Side asked FEMA about this issue, and a spokesperson wrote, I will forward to our individual assistance team for review.
It's not just the leaks, it's what the leaks could turn into, you know, and that's what I'm afraid of.
I also reached out to the city of St. Petersburg, and a spokesperson says the Housing and Neighborhood Services Administration is looking into this issue and will get us a response by tomorrow. But one of the main issues here is that many of the applications for disaster assistance at this time are currently closed or paused. So, of course, we'll keep you posted on what they say tomorrow. I'm Brittany Muller, 8 on Your Side.
Pressure is on in St. Pete, where residents at the Morgan Apartments rallied outside City Hall today. They are demanding the city stop a water shutoff, just as the property owner says the past due bill has been paid. News Channel 8's Georgia MacArthur joins us live from City Hall with the very latest. Georgia.
Jan, well, residents tell me they still feel like they are living in limbo, even though part of the bill has been paid. Tenants tell me they fear what comes next.
No more landlords, no more greed!
Dozens gathered outside St. Pete City Hall this afternoon, urging the city to block a water shutoff at the Morgan Apartments.
I'm kind of skeptical. I have to see it to believe it.
Tenants at the Morgan say they're frustrated and unsure what comes next, despite word from the owner, Loren Real Estate Holdings, that they've paid more than $350,000 in past due water bills.
It bothers me. Matter of fact, yesterday I went out and bought 10 gallons of water. Just have to use if I have to for the toilet.
In a statement to 8 on Your Side, Loren says residents can expect no interruption in service and that their focus now turns to catching up on maintenance at the complex. But city officials say they're still verifying that payment, and until it shows up in the records, tenants remain on edge.
A couple of months ago, we noticed that they stopped taking care of the grounds. Like, the grass got up to my waist.
We're just praying to God that it works out.
Now, we recently just learned from the city of St. Pete that the landlord has paid more than $260,000 towards that balance. They still owe more than $160,000, but they're not off the hook yet. The city says they're still waiting on those checks to clear. Reporting live in St. Pete, I'm Georgia MacArthur, 8 on Your Side.
We're very close to 3 million gallons of water, 3 million shelf-stable meals. You heard the 100,000 flood buckets. We have baby formula here.
It is a new day for emergency management in Florida. Good evening, everyone. I'm Josh Benson.
I'm Jennifer Lee. Thank you for joining us. The state plans to coordinate statewide disaster response right here in our area. The new operations center is located on C. Fred Jones Boulevard in Auburndale. News Channel 8's Polk County Bureau reporter Stacy DeSilva got a tour today.
This new 400,000 square foot facility aims to address the needs of people in hurricanes. That includes food, water, and fuel. The state's emergency management director says Polk County was the perfect place.
The I-4 corridor is Florida's economic and population center.
Prime location and a good price point. That is how Florida's new Central Operations and Coordination Office ended up in Auburndale.
We have much more capacity and capability in this building than we ever did before.
Florida Division of Emergency Management Executive Director Kevin Guthrie says this will be the hub for all things disaster response in Florida moving forward.
There was a possibility we may have been activated right now for Aaron. So we wanted to get this done so that we were ready.
The center is stocked with millions of gallons of water and meals, cleanup kits, and equipment such as utility vehicles and forklifts.
This is all automatic. When the exhaust buildup gets in there to a certain level, it automatically blows out everything in there and keeps people safe.
The state is partnering with a private company, Life Science Logistics, LLC.
We are part of the gold standard of state emergency management, and we're honored to be in that role.
An operations center will be staffed with personnel and National and State Guard members, communicating needs statewide, with hundreds of beds where they can sleep.
This becomes the nerve center and hub for all of that interaction between cities, counties, state agencies, and the Florida Division of Emergency Management.
Director Guthrie says the state is prepared. Now it's time to make sure you are prepared, make sure you have everything you need at home, and know your evacuation and flood zone. Reporting in Auburndale, I'm Stacy DeSilva, 8 on your side.